to go.
Nice. What's up, everybody? What is good, Denver? This is a weekly celebration of culture and discovery and fun stuff to do in Denver for kids, couples, singles, and old timers. I'm Ryan Estes. With Tom, I'll have yoga with that, Donahue, and the Bronny James of podcasting, Troy Higgins. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Going on?
Chilling, man. So, dude, Bronny, what do you think, Troy? Is he the truth?
He is the most bet. He's the most bet rookie of the year player in the NBA, which makes sense.
Really?
Yeah, he is. I don't know. It's tough. He had like one preseason game where he had, I think he had like 17 points or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. They play tonight. I wonder. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna get him minutes just for t the sake of TV ratings. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know how many minutes he has in the rotation. I just, I don't know.
They're saying
Likely,
he's like the first influencer gone professional athlete, but I don't really think that's true. Particularly in the NBA, like there are so many people that can really ball at a high level
hmm
that like I don't know. And I did see somebody on a podcast. He's a NBA guy talking about the same thing. Just
hmm
basically that like, man, there's like a lot of politics and stuff that goes into like who actually gets on teams and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I'm reading an article now that he said he doesn't know if he's going to get playing time tonight, so we'll see. But Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. will be in attendance
Nice.
because it would be the first father-son, the second father-son duo in any other sport, I believe, to like play on the same team in a game. So.
Cool. I think there's been a bunch of people in MLB. It's pretty common there.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. But basketball for sure. That's just wild, man.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. But man, congrats to him. And he's playing well. Being under that kind of scrutiny has got to be bananas.
Yeah. I mean, just your dad is like at least minimum second best basketball player of all time. It's quite the status to live up to there. A lot of pressure.
Yeah. And you like miss a shot, everyone rolls their eyes. See, it's just like, geez, man. It's
Yeah.
just a kid. It's great.
Yeah. One bad pass, you have Scott Van Pelt on Sports Center calling for you to be benched.
Totally.
I saw the Lakers post a video of Bronny and LeBron just like getting at it at practice where they're just going back and forth like trying to one up each other, and everyone's getting interviewed about it and they're saying it was getting pretty intense.
That's funny. I mean, the fact he could compete with LeBron is like awesome. I mean, even just feel like practice with him. So he's got like
Yeah.
the best training possible right there.
Biggest cheat code ever, just growing up with LeBron James. And I'm sure there's like a full basketball court in their living room.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I've been trying to defend an NBA player since I was like 12. So I've had practice.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And then
Dude, and shout out speaking of NBA too, shout out to Aaron Gordon. I think he just signed like a $133 million extension.
oh, nice.
Dang.
So he's going to be in Denver for a minute. One of
He's
my
he's
dreams, one of my bucket list items in Denver. He's got like a playhouse down there in Rhino, over by Tom. Actually, I think it's on Larimer,
What is
where
it?
he like lives there. I think sometimes and has like a basketball. Reminds me of like Deerdeck's like Fun Factory. Like he's got like this whole thing, and he does the hop up fashion events and all kinds of stuff. Man,
that's
Aaron Gordon's amazing.
that's cool. You guys got
Warehouse.
Westbrook. You guys got Westbrook now too. That'll be.
Yep.
Is he's not he's coming off the bench. Yeah. Yeah.
I think so. It'll be interesting to see how they use him. I mean, I watched a little bit of the uh, preseason game last Tuesday, and just getting people minutes and getting people warmed up. But
hmm
I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked. The Avs are playing terrible, so it's gonna be all Nuggets this year, hopefully. But I'm
Yeah.
rooting for the Avs too. They gotta bring it back.
Yeah. Westbrook coming off the bench, that'll be deadly because he just brings that energy and that hustle
Yeah, yeah, it's
Nuggets
gonna
can
be
use.
amazing.
Wow. So this is in Rhino. I wonder which one it is. I'm looking at a story about his warehouse, or basically just converted it into a basketball court / home. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you just go look when there's like a gigantic like G-Wagon on Dubs out front.
Yeah, and be like, that seems a little suspicious.
Yeah.
That's cool.
See, when this is saying he's 10 miles east of downtown Denver, but he's not. I think he's right in Rhino.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone says he's got the My Player house from 2K.
That's funny. The My Player house.
Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So to follow the show, go to kitcaster.com/Denver and subscribe on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And I was going to actually buy the domain, but what'sgooddenver.com is already taken. What do you think we should do? What's Good Denver podcast? Or do we limit it to that? Do we do a different subdomain? We could do what'sgooddenver.club.
$120 to take what'sgooddenver.com.
Oh man.
What is even on it's not even a live website, so that's pretty.
They're just sitting on it.
Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be. But would you go add another word, or do you add a weird domain?
I don't know.
I thought of a domain for this little project that I want to start up. And I'm not going to talk about it here. And I'm not going to say the domain name here. I have to tell you guys offline. But I looked it up, and it's freaking $750,000 somebody wants for it.
Oh,
it's a
five letters
domain. It's a good domain, but
do you guys heard about the 90s domain thing where people were selling like apple.com, car.com? They were buying up all these like single word, really common phrase domains and just making an absolute killing off doing it.
It was a big thing.
Back in the easy money days.
All you needed to do was buy apple.com and you're set.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if we could do what'sgooddenv.er. Would that be weird?
.er I think might
creative.
Be oh man, that's definitely a country code.
.er. You can't use symbols, right, in domains? No.
Do .co maybe? Is that we could do what'sgooddenver.co. Is that good?
That sounds cool.
.co? Yeah. Okay, maybe it'll be that.
If you do .er, that is a Eritrea country code top level domain.
Whoa. You probably got to go to a wonky site to buy that.
Maybe we'll take it to social media. We'll have the listeners throw out some names and see what they think the best domain is for the show. what'sgooddenver.co.
.us? .us is kind of cool. what'sgooddenver.us?
Yeah, what'sgooddenverpodcast.com.
Yeah.
What's good Denver .pod? Is there a .pod top level domain?
what'sgooddenvershow.com.
There's like .fm. We could always do that.
Yeah, .fm.
That'd be cool. I don't know. It's so disappointing. I don't know how much wind has like been taken out of my sails when you got an idea and you go to the domain and you can't get it. 750,000. You're just like, forget it then.
This domain's not 119. It's 119 to book a service, to book a broker to try and get it for you.
Ooh.
Oh, sneaky.
I don't know.
You guys know that you could just start a top level domain. Like, I was just looking up, is there .pod? And there's no .pods yet. Like, we could start the .pod.
Could we really?
You have to go through this company that like is responsible for managing all of that, but essentially if you are the one that like starts it, then you manage it, and then like all the people, you control every .pod, and then everyone would have to like buy theirs from you.
Dude, that's rad. I mean, how does somebody like install themselves as like the person who gets to determine what the root domain is? Like, Did they have to slay a dragon?
You have to
Or
go to that company. Yeah, I don't know how they are the ones. I think they were just like there on the first days of the internet. But my buddy Parker knows how to do it, and he's always been like, we should start dot this and dot that and dot this.
How is .pod a top level domain that has not been taken yet?
I don't know. I don't see. I just looked it up. I don't see anything.
Whoa.
Dot pod seems like a pretty good
Should
one
we
to
edit
do.
this part out of the episode?
Maybe we should start dot pod.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna text him right now. Where do you go to start top level domains?
I feel like it can't be that easy, or everyone would do it, and there'd be just infinite amount of top level domains, right? It has to be some sort of process in place. Otherwise, there would just be a ridiculous. You could have like .123.
Yeah. What's the downside of that, though? I don't know.
It's probably expensive to start, but I just asked him. He said it's pretty simple. You just got to be the person to like go register it and do it.
Start selling it.
It's
Premium.
probably a big like contract, to be we're the premium dot pod retailer,
Yeah. Make that money on that domain privacy. That's a nice little upcharge right there.
For real.
What kind of service like defaults to like sharing your information? Come on, man.
Exactly.
Nice. All right, let's dive into events. Oh, and of course, our music is by Tony Higgins, as always.
Yes.
Tom, why don't you lead us off, buddy?
Sure. Well, while we were on it, I'll just give us that Thursday Nuggets versus OKC
Let's go.
at Ball Arena. Since we were talking about basketball starting up, is this considered preseason this first week, or has that already happened?
I think it's still preseason. Yeah, I think so.
Today is the first day official tip-off of
Oh, is
games.
that right? All right.
Mm-hmm.
First
Time to
day.
get that Fubo subscription going again.
Mm-hmm.
Fubo. Yep, it's coming through. You are in the door at 46.74 right now. Section 332, which is nosebleed corner-ish area. What do we got? What are we looking for? 100s. Oh, you're in the 100s for 160. No, 140. That's not so bad. 123 if you're in those 112, 114s, which are right behind the basket. Up a little bit. That's not bad. But yeah, you're
That's
in the
not too
door.
bad at all.
$46 for that first. I don't know if this is even the first one. There might have been a preseason one at Ball Arena, but that first official Ball Arena game this week on Thursday. Check.
Dude, have you seen the plans that they're pushing through for the new Ball Arena like pavilion, the like development they want to do? Dude, he looks super sick. Let me show you. I'll put this in the chat, Tom. It's and I think I think I saw something that they had they've gotten approval to like at least the initial stages, but like it is big, dude. Cronky, man.
Apartments,
It's not
retail,
fun.
and office space we're looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I might have it here. KSE Arena Development.
Yeah, that's it.
Here we go. Putting it up for everyone. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out the orientation here. Where?
I mean, it's like
This must be Spear on the right-hand side. I mean, I know you guys can't see it, but
yeah, I mean, like what? Because I'm trying to think of like what's down there. Is it just train yards? Like, how are they going to get all that
holy
space?
shit. Oh my God, it's huge.
Yeah, dude.
I was
Yeah.
just looking at one zoomed in picture. I didn't realize like this has got to be like trillions of dollars. Like,
Yeah, it looks like they want to like make a little Denver right
It's a
there.
city. Yeah, what the hell?
Like the size of New York.
How long is that gonna take?
Yeah.
A lower scale and actionable phase one partnerships with the AHEC campus. Yeah, damn, that is crazy. You know what? We got to we're gonna have to get rent in some places around there and get some like 20-year leases locked in.
Totally. Get the buyout going. 55 acres, 5 bridges, 10 acres of open space, 1 mile of bike lanes. Dude, it looks super sick.
Bao Brew House, our friends over there, they're right in the action.
They are very happy right now.
I know. Well, I'm gonna tell them extend that lease. I mean, how there's literally like 25 skyscrapers in this. Like, how are you?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude.
how long does that take?
Dude, I'm telling you, the Cronkies, dude. I was so mad at them for the Altitude Sports Network and Fubo and all that. But you know, when we looked into that and talked a little bit, people can go back and search for the Cronky breakdown where we really went down. We went into the source of their wealth, which is Walmart and Cronky. He's made all of his money developing areas around Walmarts, and he's married into the Waltons. So the Waltons were expanding like crazy. They built a Walmart, and then Cronky built all the like the gas stations and everything around the Walmart. And now, dude, they're taking it to, they're like rebuilding Denver. It's pretty amazing.
He owns every team except the Rockies. Sorry, Troy, I didn't mean to cut you off, but he owns the Nuggets, the Avalanche, Colorado Rapids, which is the MLS, and the Colorado Mammoth, the NLL. What is the NLL? Sorry.
And the LA Rams.
Yeah, he owns part of the Rams. Yeah, he's part owner of the Rams. His net worth is estimated between 16.2 billion and 20.7 billion.
And let's not forget the Denver Broncos, because the Waltons purchased the Broncos. And I'm telling you, he's sneaky. You can only have, I think it's like you can only have like one franchise in like a metro area. So like his wife owns, he's like putting things in his wife's name and his cousin's name. He's like, oh yeah, I don't own all this stuff. Yeah, everybody does.
It's looking to like double the Denver skyline. I mean,
yeah.
This is crazy.
It's very ambitious, man. It looks really cool.
So what's going to happen at the actual arena?
Are they going to redo that?
I think they're just building around it. It looks like the arena.
They're just keeping it there and then just building around it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the end of the Denver skyline right there, but it's looking like they're extending it down. And you know what? They've already started this around Mile High Stadium, so
yeah,
I'm not surprised. But Mile High Stadium, I think they've got like it's a whole complex going up over there, bunch of apartment buildings, whole new retail center area built around it, which is nice because you know that that venue that I'm a part of still is right over there, and it's going to be between the arena and the whole new center that they're building. So
well, and this looks like it's the entire area from basically the Denver Skate Park to this side of 25 across from Mile High Stadium and sandwiched in between Auraria. So Auraria to the Platte River, Denver Skate Park to Mile High City. It's incredible, man. I saw that and I was like, no way. This is amazing.
Yeah, because
you know what? Our special guest has joined us. Should I let him in?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to pick up my jaw from looking at this thing, but God.
What's the estimated completion date on that?
That's a good question.
I don't even know if that's latest news here.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome special guest James to the show. James, what's up, man? We're mid-stride. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. Quick introduction for everybody. I met James. James is the mastermind behind, I think it's what is Denver Events' biggest newsletter. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean there might be someone that's a little bigger, but as far as I know, it's the biggest newsletter specific one, probably by a big margin actually.
Yeah, it's awesome, and it comes out what? I think it's like Friday afternoons.
So I've been testing actually. I've been iterating through. Thursday at like 4 o'clock seems to really be the sweet spot,
Yeah, that's when
and
people are kind of like looking to get their plans together and buy their last minute tickets.
that's yeah, exactly.
We implore all of our listeners, because really what we do is kind of review events. And James, you have, like, I would say every week there's at least 100 events. It's thisweekdenver.com,
Yep.
and you can register. Of course, it's totally free. James also minorly famous on Reddit on the Denver thread, because he posts it there as well, and it's just fantastic. It's just an awesome resource. So thanks for coming on the podcast, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you bet. What we're going to do is just go through events and just kind of, talk about what's going on. Is there anything you want to promote before we get in, just kind of dive into some of the stuff?
I don't have anything specifically to promote. I I have a helper help me put these lists together. I'm not superhuman.
Yeah.
So I looked over some of the stuff she had sent me this morning. A lot of Halloween stuff this week, but I don't have anything I want to promote.
Cool. Any particular events that stand out?
If you are a electronic dance music fan, Above and Beyond at Red Rocks, but I think you can only get tickets for that in the aftermarket right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Definitely.
Above and Beyond are an amazing show.
Nice. Now,
awesome.
we're
on,
big fans of bass music on the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by we,
know
I
that.
mean Tom. Tom, why don't you just kick off things with, let's just do the Red Rock schedule. Who's on tap this week at Red Rocks?
Absolutely. We could go through Red Rock schedule. So it looks like tonight's show is actually canceled. Daniel Cesar.
Oh.
Who knows why that's canceled, but oftentimes when it's canceled, they move it over to Mission Ballroom. So there's a good chance it got moved over there. Seems pretty nice out. I don't see why it would be canceled. But tomorrow, Mark Rebier, talked about that last week. He's great. It's an entirely improvised show, and he's just selling out the biggest venues for his Loop Daddy extravaganza that he puts on. I saw the first time he was at Red Rocks a couple of years back, and it's really something special. He's got support from Flying Lotus and Reggie Watts. Reggie Watts would be cool.
Super cool.
Thursday, Sophie Tucker. That's a big show. As always, Sophie Tucker is really good. Shermanology and Corolla supporting. And then Friday, what James was talking about, that Above and Beyond live at Red Rocks. So it looks like it's going to be a live set. Support from Alex Sonata and the Rio, Amy Wiles, Anime, and Genix. They have 4 people on support. That's big.
That's cool.
That'll be a long show, I think.
Yeah. Starts at 6 p.m. And then Saturday, it's going to be cold at Red Rocks this weekend, by the way. But actually,
really? The weather's coming in?
Well, it's just starting to get cold, but I did see it's going to be 80s towards the end of the week. So maybe the Thursday and Friday will be warm. And I think it's supposed to drop back down. But Saturday, I'm going on Saturday for this Daily Bread concert, which is bass. Some chill bass. But
DJ Shadow, dude. That's dope. I love that guy.
DJ Shadow, Flamingosis,
OG,
Park Breezy, and Thought Process. And then Sunday, Kids Bop Kids live. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's actually Sunday at 1 p.m. So that's the afternoon show. And then get your kids out of there fast before Shaq Bass All-Stars at night, 6 p.m. So that's Shaq's DJ project, DJ Diesel. And then he brings every dubstep legend through when it's a Shaq's Bass All-Stars. Riot 10, Abstract, Benda, Back-to-Back, Stoned, and a bunch more people. And then before our show,
what doesn't Shaq do?
He's on side quest now. He's already got 100% completion. He's just rolling through the side quests at this point. I would say
I bet you Shaq is probably, I would say, the illest athlete MC as well. Like he released 3 or 4 like good records. Like that dude can, at least he used to be able to really rap his butt off.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
He's one of those guys that you just see everywhere. I feel like it's him. I feel like Snoop Dogg is just everywhere. Like any commercial, Snoop Dogg's in it, and he's all over the place. And lately, Jason Kelsey too,
Oh my God.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed.
mm-hmm.
Dude, and he looks great too. He's got his beard's all trimmed up. He's got a nice haircut. Looks like the Ozempic pen is like gutted him about 50 pounds. He looks great.
He's twice as popular as he was when he was actually in the NFL.
I know. Dude, and you gotta really, really love that for the bigs. When does the center get love from the media?
Mm-hmm.
Never.
I hate to say it, it might be a little Taylor Swift effect. I don't know.
It's probably some residual Swift action.
Yeah, the bleed over there.
The Swift halo.
Mm-hmm.
And he deserved it. I mean, if you watch, Philly under his leadership was known for one thing more than anything else, the tush push.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that was his tush that they were pushing. That's
Sure.
not an uncomfortable place to be for a man.
The pioneer, the innovator.
Just like getting super low and just everyone crushing on top of you. And every time you're like, okay, first down, great.
Mm-hmm.
We made
Guess I got to do that again. So I really feel like he's earned it. So I agree. You can't move and not see Jason Kelsey, but like, good for him.
Bring on the Kelsey content, please.
Real quick too, Mark Rebier, what I appreciate about this show, the poster, James, you probably have noticed this, that Denver's kind of known for doing this, that with yoga.
Yes.
Like we put yoga on everything. It's like tarot cards with yoga, a beef stroganoff with yoga. We do everything with yoga. And Mark Rebier, he picked up on that. Yoga on the rocks, Red Rocks with yoga, very popular. And the poster does not disappoint at all.
No, yeah, he's definitely playing on it. I don't think any yoga is going to be going on. Maybe
No.
maybe some mental stretching going on there because his shows get insane. But no, I see what he's doing there.
I see what he's
picking
doing
up on
there.
it. He knows
Yeah.
we're all about yoga here.
Nice. James, any other events stick out to you this week?
If you want to stay on the live music tiff, Gwar.
Yeah.
War.
If you've ever seen a Gwar show, they're pretty wild. It's like monster movie, heavy metal, comedy. It's pretty far out there.
Where are they playing at?
At the Summit Music Hall.
Yeah. Dude, shout out to Gwar. They're touring like constantly.
I think they've been touring for like 40 years or something. Like,
Yeah. Like, how sticky is their tour bus is the question.
very.
I was going to say you got to wear a poncho even though it's an indoor show.
Yeah.
41 bucks and you're in the door for Gwar. All standing room at Summit. 82 to be up on the balcony in the dry zone. Well, what you hope is the dry zone. Splash
Yeah,
zone,
these guys are
41.
doing show after show after show. Unbelievable.
I think-
22nd, Seattle. 23rd, Idaho. 24th, Portland.
I'm not
Pouring it
a
out.
Gwar expert, but I think the staff rotates is how that works.
Oh, you're right. They could do that, right?
Yeah, you're in a monster costume. You can you don't have to be the same guy every time.
Yeah.
Though I'm not positive on that. They may be just really committed.
It's like MF Doom did that too. He would send out his, what did they call? He called them like the Doomies or something like that. He'd send his cousin to do shows.
Wow.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they just have 2 whole touring groups and they're just everywhere.
Let's see. I'm just scrolling through my provisional list. Lots of Halloween stuff. I don't have anything in particular.
Oh yeah, I got some.
Better have your costume ready. I think you want to get onto that train
Yeah.
if you want to start talking Halloween.
Denver is very well known for our Halloween festivities. In fact, I saw the big one is what, the 13th door, and I saw that Corn last week showed up. They had a concert at Fiddler's Green, I believe, and they made it to the 13th door before the show.
Oh yeah, I went to that one once and it was pretty good. Long line to get in. I'd say you definitely have to buy the fast pass. Without it, you're just gonna be there for hours waiting. But
You guys selected your Halloween costumes yet?
No, I do have to DJ at Bow, which the theme on Halloween is Night at the Roxbury.
Okay.
So I need to get a costume from Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah, I'm typically like a decide like a day or two before type guy, but this girlfriend this year's been really pushing for the decision ahead of time, so
Big
gotta figure it
decision.
out. Approaching quickly.
Are you gonna do a couple's costume?
We've never done that. We always end up being completely opposite things. So that's not a bad idea, though. I'll have to figure out some sort of couples combination that works.
That'd get you some brownie points.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's ticking though. Halloween's coming up quick. Next week.
You got to be careful with the recommendations, though. Speaking of Ozempic, Mrs. Estes, she was like, let's do something fun for Halloween. I was like, okay. And she's like, how about you could be Nacho Libre? And I was like, damn. I was like, really? Like, am I a Nacho Libre weight now? She's like, I didn't mean it like that. I was like, yeah, you kind of did, I think. I think you can only be Nacho Libre if you're like, 80 pounds overweight. I was like, man, I feel like maybe I'm at that 40 mark, but I'm not there yet.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm a sensitive person. How about you, James? You got any ideas for a Halloween costume?
I haven't picked anything yet. I was scrolling through Amazon and it looked like for just the custom in a bag sort of deal, and it looked like it was already slim pickings as far as availability.
Yeah.
So I might have to go to like a Spirit Halloween or something one day at lunch and
Go the day of, like 3 hours before trick or treating.
I did that 10 years ago, just to kind of experience the madness. And madness is probably the right word for how many people are in a Spirit Halloween at 4 o'clock on a Halloween day.
Yeah, it is.
You have a favorite costume you've ever put together, James?
Last year I got like a Jedi robe and a lightsaber, or maybe it was the year before last, and the amount of kids who will start hitting you with their lightsaber unprompted
Nice.
is pretty fun, on trick or treat time.
That's when you just gotta dress as Anakin Skywalker and start slaying younglings.
Order 66.
Yeah. That's funny. How about you, Troy? What's your best Halloween costume?
I dressed up as RuneScape one time. You know the game RuneScape?
RuneScape
Yeah.
character, nice.
I was like a wizard.
Did you have a
Man,
staff?
I had a staff. I love that game. No one knew what I was. I just looked like a wizard, but deep down, I knew it was RuneScape.
Did you play the
Nice.
character too? Offered to is it like armor clipping is what you do in RuneScape?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, I brought RuneScape to life that day. Maybe that's what I can be this year, RuneScape again.
Oh man.
The wizard.
Well, I'm gonna highlight a little bar crawl. This Trick or Drink Denver bar crawl. 3 different days. You have this weekend, Friday and Saturday, which is the unofficial Hollow weekend. And then next weekend they're probably gonna do it too. But Friday, Saturday, and then Thursday, which is actually Halloween. They got 15 different bars. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 different bars. And I just chose this one because it looks like you're getting a pretty wide variety of different locations throughout. 5 points over here, they hit Cervantes, they hit a couple different bars in this area, then Curtis Park, over to Rhino, Lodo, and then down to downtown. So you're trekking on this one. 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. if you can make it that far. So
Yeah.
check that out. I mean, I don't know if there's like time limits on this. Like, you register at one place and then you have between 6 to 11 to get to each bar and then get your drink specials. So I don't think you have to like stick with a certain crew or something, but man,
They've got windows of participation.
I don't know if I feel like there should be like a finish line at Zanzibar Billiards Club if you make it there.
Like an IV drip and some pancakes.
Yeah. You got to get through Cervantes, Jackson's, Larimer Beer Hall, Gin Mill. You got to get through Two Moons, View House Ballpark, Whiskey Bar. I mean, Swanky's is on there. I don't know if it's possible to do this, which is why
especially
I chose it.
that gauntlet right there off market. You got the Giggling Grizzly, Gin Mill, Zanzibar's, View House.
There's no way that you can do all of these. If you do it, you got to be on a mission between 6 to 11 p.m. Oh wait, I'm sorry. You have until 2 a.m. So 6 to 2 a.m., which gives you 8 hours. This is a full-time job to get this done. And but you have to register before 11 p.m. So registration 6 to 11 p.m., where you pick up your wristband that gives you your free drink specials. You know, it's very cost effective here. If you get this ticket for $25, I think you're going to be getting probably one free drink at each place. But it just matters how many places you could get to. But man, check that one out. It looks like the ultimate challenge of Denver bar crawls this weekend.
Yeah, dude, for sure. You know, and with that area, I want to give a rest in peace to the sports column. I guess the sports column is closing, and they've been around forever, man. I just don't understand how like sports and beer doesn't work in downtown Denver. I know it's expensive down there, but like, dang, they've been there forever. I mean, I remember seeing like UFC like 27 down there. You know, they were some of the first people that had UFC fights. You could go down there, just a cool spot before and after a Rockies game. You know, so
sports column.
Rest in peace to that place. That place was awesome.
I like this bar crawl has 13 stops. That's a nice little Easter egg.
Yeah. Yeah. Spooky. It's looking like you actually it's not a free drink at each place, but you can get a drink like $4 or less at each place. So compared to the normal prices at these spots, they got a whole menu for this bar crawl.
Yeah, that's legit. That's a real bar crawl. That's not playing around.
You could just if you stay on Market Street, you're good. You don't really need to venture too much further than that.
Or stay away from Market.
Yeah.
If you're so inclined, like, it's going to be a little intense.
The thing is, that's even if you get into these bars fast enough, because even with the lines to get in on Friday, Saturday, Halloween weekend, it's going to be a challenge. If you get that done and you can send us proof on the pod, we're going to have you on as a guest and interview you about it. How about that for all our listeners out there?
Yeah, I would love that.
Take the challenge.
It's a challenge.
Last thing that I had on here, and I'll go through it quick, but Danceportation at Meow Wolf. This is one of the most fun events that you can have to experience at Meow Wolf, and this is the base invasion event. Obviously, people are going to be dressed up in Halloween costumes and stuff as well, but this is when they set up all different stages inside the Meow Wolf exhibit. So typically they have concerts at that little side room that has a stage, but this one they shut down the whole thing for the event, and then there's like 6 or 7 stages inside the big maze of an exhibit, and you kind of wander through and find and stumble upon all the stages with these really great artists playing on them. So that's going to be a great event. And with the weirdness of Meow Wolf as it already is, add the Halloween costumes and people being extra weird at a bass concert, is probably going to be pretty exciting.
That sounds amazing.
So check that out. And that's what I got. Take me a sec, but
Nice. Thanks, Tom. All right, I got a couple of things. I'm going to rip through it. I do have a bone to pick with Meow Wolf, though. I mean, they just put in a whole bunch of 5G towers up on top of their roof, which is cool. I'm sure Verizon pays them a nice little profit and dividend from that. But dude, you're driving down I-25 now between 6th Avenue and Meow Wolf. CarPlay breaks. It's like the most annoying thing ever. Does that happen to you, Tom?
I don't have a CarPlay. I mean, I just have a Bluetooth. Is that your Bluetooth cutting off from it? They're really sending the radio waves through your brain over there.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's like I know when they installed those 5G towers that like now CarPlay cuts out, and it's just like, dude, I would just go back to like putting a cassette tape in the thing. If it, it's like the technology is supposed to make it better, but it's so annoying. Like you're in traffic and it's like, dude, now for the next 10 minutes, I'm just in silence. Minor irritation, nonetheless, airing my grievances. Okay, so Thursday, Mayor Johnson is hosting an AMA on Reddit. This is starting at 9:30 in the morning and will probably go until he gets trolled out of there. But I think that's cool, I like Mayor Johnson. I met him up on in Lohi, and he seems like a really nice guy. I think he's working hard for the city, and and why not capitalize on the moment? We got 2 weeks till the election. He's like, hey, everyone's thinking politically. Let's jump on here on Reddit and do an AMA. So if you're so inclined to go ask the mayor of Denver some questions, you could do that on Reddit. We've got Tuesday. That's today at 6 to 8 p.m. at Western Sky Ball and Tap Room is Beers and Ballots. So this is, you need help filling out your ballot this year? They're going to help you do it. I don't know if that's like, is that legal? Can you do that? Hey, let me help you fill out your ballot.
I think that they're really there can't be any sort of influence on decisions, but only informative information at that type of thing. Yeah,
it's pretty tight. The dude with a bright red hat, he's like, hey, let me help you with your hand right here. Just right here, fill out that bubble.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's actually a good idea because, a lot of these ballot initiatives, I mean, it's easy. Who you voting for president, you flip a coin, whatever. It's this person or that person. But like the ballot initiatives, they word them weird. There's always like, they attach weird things into the measures. It's confusing. So I could see how being around a bunch of people drinking beer would really help that democratic process. Yeah. So you can get that done tonight at 6 to 8. We've got at the Ricketson Auditorium, Denver Museum of Nature and Science, we have the Indigenous Film Festival. That's kicking off today, 6 and 8:30. I was trying to look in here if there was any movies that I recognize. I'm going to click through and see what this is, because maybe it's new stuff, but there are a ton of Indigenous movies that I absolutely love. The biggest one being, well, I don't know how Indigenous it is. Gary Farmer's in it, so he makes everything Indigenous. But you guys ever seen Dead Man with Johnny Depp?
No.
It's awesome, dude. It's a Jarmusch movie, and it's all in black and white, but it's amazing. Indigenous, and I also love Westerns, as you can imagine. But okay. Yeah, these are a bunch of movies I haven't heard of, so this must be like super independent, new stuff. So you can check that out. That's at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. That's tonight at 6:30. We've got Undivide Us screening on Thursday. The Denver Museum of Nature and Science kicking off a whole movie week here. So this says America is at a crossroads where politicians, news media, and social media fans the flames of toxic polarization that have led many Americans to question whether they can trust their fellow citizens. So they're going to watch this movie about Undivide Us. Now, I know that that's kind of a narrative people talk about, but I don't really feel that way. What do you guys think? James, do you feel the country is divided?
Uh, you've given me a third rail to grab onto.
Third
um,
rail.
uh, you know what? I think it maybe depends on how far left or right the person you're talking to is.
Sure.
It's the was it the Overton window?
This is probably the most interesting time in the previous 4 years to ask that question. What are we, like 1 week away from an election?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
totally.
pretty sure we're actually probably the most divided you can be at any given time.
It's
Yeah.
peaking right now. It's
Yeah,
like
It's peaking out.
we're at peak division at this moment.
I mean, James, we are intentionally not a political show at all. In fact, anything relatively controversial, we steer away from. We're all about fun times over here. But I mean, just this subject, even though the last two elections seemed more contentious, where people were chiming in. Now it just seems like people are in their camp and they're just like, you do you, do me. I mean, this seems like the beauty of democratic elections, or at least, it's a republic or whatever, is that like maybe people have figured out that like, you get your guy, then we get our guy, then you get your guy, then we get our guy. It just keeps swinging around, and that keeps everybody kind of happy, you know. The tribute of the plebes. It's important,
I do think it's there's been less attention this year, it seems like, because it seems
Yeah.
like in prior elections, the whole year leading up to the election, there was a ton of, I don't know, attention. And then this year, it seems like it only recently ramped up.
Totally agree. Yeah, it's just I don't see as many signs. I don't see the flags everywhere. Just like people just doing their thing. So either like, the country has come together, around, I would say, peace, liberty, love of America, or everyone has just realized that actually the deep state controls everything and these elections are all a sham. One of the two. Oh boy. Anyway, okay. I also have voices from the Den Void, and this is right up my alley. So James, I'm from Denver. So I always bring out, the walking stick and tell these kids to get off my grass. So the voices from Den Void, the seance for old Denver. I feel like this is gonna be cool. So it says, after watching so many businesses close in Denver, Inna Minx is hosting an immersive Halloween event at her shop, Revolt Goods, where they'll be raising old Denver from the dead. The one-of-a-kind seance installation piece, an old Denver costume contest. Think Jabs, Flossie McGrew, Paris on the Plat table, and Denver celebrity appearances. So I love this because there's nothing more than Denverites like to talk about is the good old days, before all the economic prosperity and all these out-of-towners brought all their money with them and built everything up so cool. Denver was terrible and it was great. So this looks really cool, man. Do those names ring a bell for you, Tom? Jake Jabs or Flossie McGrew?
I do not know those old Denverites, unfortunately.
Blinky the Clown?
are these Denver celebrities?
Kind of. So Jake Jabs, he owns a American Furniture Warehouse. So he built like the IKEA of the West. And he always had these great car commercials where he had to have like tigers and stuff. He seemed like he was like a tiger guy early,
Nice. I
And
never
then-
saw those.
Yeah, he was great. Who else? It was like Dealin' Doug. Dealin' Doug was awesome. He was a car salesman and had big old pinky rings. And, this is the seance for people like me, the people that can go back and remember all these wonderful places. So shout out to you if you're crusty old Denverite like me. Okay, I got a couple more things. I've got Princess and Archery Day. So this is at Bar Lake State Park, where they've got great archery field there. But apparently, they're bringing out a Scottish princess, and they didn't give her a name. So I think largely this is for girls. If you've got a toddler or a girl and wants to do some archery, bring her out to this event because apparently there's going to be a Scottish princess there. Which is ironic because in Scotland, you can't buy a bow and arrow. I don't know if you know that.
No.
Those are the queen's deer. You're not hunting out there. And I know that because I was at Cabela's one time sighting in my a new archery, new bow, compound bow. And there was a gal there from, I think she was from Ireland. And what was that movie with Katniss? It was made archery really popular.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Yeah, she was a big fan of Hunger Games. So she came to like America for vacation with her parents, and then she had to go get a bow and arrow and was bringing it back. And she was telling me all about it. Yeah, you can't buy bow and arrows out there, but they got a Scottish princess. Hopefully she could shoot, and that is at Bar Lake State Park, and that will be free, but you do have to pay to get in. It's a state park. And then the same day, this is Saturday from 2 to 3, you can either take your daughter or your sister or whatever and go shoot bows with princesses, or you've got nature journaling for adults. So discover what you can uncover, slowing down to observe the natural world around you. And this stuck out to me because I actually took a backcountry sketchbook class in college, and it was my favorite class ever. We'd all get on a bus and you just drive to a trail, and then you just go and you just sketch nature. And it truly is like the most therapeutic thing ever. And it's kind of anti-Denver in a sense. I mean, very outdoorsy for Denver, of course, but Denver, typically the people going into the woods in Denver generally are, they're monitoring their glucose level and their heart rate at all times. They have a pace that they need to keep, but like journaling, you just go wander out there, and just sit down, take it in. It's very soothing.
Mueller State Park. Where are we at?
Yeah, that's it. I said Mueller in Divide, Colorado. Where is that exactly?
That's what I'm looking up right now. Everyone loves a good map view. Cheeseman Ranch Trailhead, Mueller State Park. We are up.
Yeah, I can't see where this is. Looks pleasant.
Oh, we're
all
down
right. Let's
by
do
Colorado
highlights.
Springs, down by Colorado Springs.
Oh, is it by the springs? Okay.
Yeah, behind Pikes Peak.
Nice.
There we go.
Cool. Oh yeah. Cool. All right. Let's do highlights from last week, and we'll get the heck out of here. James, you got a highlight from your week last week? That could be a restaurant you enjoyed. It could be a television show you appreciated. Anything pop up from last week?
You got me off guard on this one. I wasn't in Denver last week. I was in Austin for F1.
Nice.
That counts. It doesn't have to be Denver.
Highlight. That is a
highlight.
So yeah, my wife and I went to F1 in Austin, stayed in Austin. It was quite fun. It was very hot, very sunny. I got a little bit of burn. I don't know if you can tell. I'm just naturally red. No, it was quite fun. It was exciting. We stated that our seats were in the main grandstands, so we got to watch the pit lane. And I don't know if you're an F1 fan at all. My wife's a huge F1 fan.
Really?
But we got to you get to see all the action. They have a bunch of supporting races. They have all kinds of activities in the where the race circuit is, where they have and they're practically building a amusement park, like putting up roller coasters and stuff. So it's pretty fun. It's a weekend.
Nice, man. Where'd you eat when you were in Austin?
Who did I meet?
No, where'd you eat?
Oh, where did I eat? We ate at the JW Marriott has a steakhouse whose name I can't remember, and it is very legit. God, I'm completely blanking on the name, but it's quite good. Lots of local little taco shops. Those are every 50 feet for breakfast and lunch, and pretty good cafes. Austin's great. I mean, I'm a big fan.
It's awesome. Totally.
Yeah, it was nice when we went out there. Lots of barbecue.
Yeah.
Nice. Troy, how about you, buddy? What's your highlight from last week?
Yeah. Every time after the show, ever since we moved the recording time to lunch, this show always makes me hungry. Lots of food discussed on here.
Hell yeah.
Highlight from last week, I finally returned the hideous curtains that I bought to IKEA. So as you can see, they're empty on the wall right now. So to be determined on the replacement there. So when you buy something from IKEA, you can't ship it back. You have to go into the store and drop it off, which is that's why it took me so long to take them back because IKEA is not close to me. So went and did that, knocked that huge pending task out of the way. So stay tuned on what the next color of curtains will look like. That's my big highlight for the weekend.
Nice. I had the ultimate fall day on Saturday. Went up 30 minutes north about to Anderson Farms and went legit pumpkin picking. This is not your beginner level. Like, I think some parents might be bringing their kids to this, and like, you know, some pumpkin patches have you set up easy with all the perfect round orange pumpkins just in a pile. This is like you're picking them off of the vines, off the roots. They're sending you out into a giant field, and you got to find these pumpkins. You got to find the diamonds in the rough out there. So I've never done that, and it's most pumpkins look terrible. By the way, like most pumpkins are not as nice as the ones that you see at a beginner level pumpkin picking event. So get humbled and go out there into the real fields at Anderson Farms. They have like a whole fall festival where you could do all your activities and stuff, but then they throw you on a tractor and you get driven out to the real pumpkin patch, and that's where you get your pumpkins. But we found some cool ones. Actually, I'll show you the pumpkin that we got.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
And then I'll tell you about the end of that highlight.
Anderson Farms is awesome. And they're smart. Because when they run out, oh, dude, that's like textbook, bro.
That was a picture perfect.
This one, it took me a minute to find them. You know, it's got.
You could have told me you got that from Target, and I would have believed you.
Well, see, it's not fully orange just yet. It's still got some green on there. And then
it's that heirloom varietal.
I have no idea, but man, it probably took 45 minutes to find this one. So.
Cool. All right. My highlight, I want to give a shout out to the South High Ravens girls flag football team, which I've been talking about all season. They are the league champs. They beat the East Angels 56-6, absolutely stomped them, and they're 8th seeded in the state tournament next week. So it was very exciting. James, my daughter is a senior in high school at the same high school I went to, which is kind of weird. I guess I'm a townie or whatever, but
that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It was kind of weird in the beginning. There's a lot of ghosts around there, but East High School. So we went to South High School, and East High School is our major rival. So beating East in anything fills me with irrational joy. I just love it. And the South High Ravens are a exceptionally good football team. I think there's like my daughter and like 3 other kids on the team are ranked nationally in like the top 20. Like they're absolute world beaters. So we were getting super stoked and getting fired up for this state tournament. You know, if they win 2 games, they got to buy off the first round. And then if they win 2 games on Saturday, they're in the championship, you know? So I think they can win state. So I'm very, very excited for the South High School Ravens. Awesome. And if people need an excuse to go check out a good game, girls flag football is a phenomenal spectator sport. And I'll just go out on a limb here. My son plays high school football too, but the girls' game is more fun to watch than the boys. You know, it's a faster pace. There's bigger plays. It's they're doing all kinds of options and hook and ladders and like, dude, it's dope. So you can check out that the state championship for girls flag football, Chassa, is taking place this weekend if people want to check that out. And that's all I got. I want to give a big shout out to James. Dude, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and chopping up about Denver events.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you inviting me on.
You bet, man. We want to do this regularly because, believe it or not, this is what the show is. This is what we do.
It is the show. Here's
this. Hey, no, that Denver rocks. Like you gotta fill a niche, and it's actually not a niche. There's a lot of people who are always looking for something to do.
Absolutely. Well, that's why we brought you on. You're one of us, man. So everybody, go to This Week Denver .com and subscribe. It's chock full, 50 plus, 100 plus events every single week coming out Thursdays at 4 p.m. So appreciate what you do, James. I always check that out. And it just it keeps all of us informed of cool stuff to do in Denver. So appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right. You can go to the show, kitcaster.com/Denver. We will figure out what the domain will be probably by next week. And we'll send you there. But yeah, please like, subscribe to the show, and we'll see y'all next week. Thanks, guys.
Talk
Thank
to you,
you.
everybody.